Hello YouTube, my name is Keith, and this is a video about how to restring a guitar. I know there's probably thousands of videos about restringing guitars on YouTube, but this is for that one person who clicked on my video who wants to learn how to restring a guitar. And if you're that one person, I thank you for clicking on my video. So, I have three things that you're going to need to restring your guitar, and those are some strings, of course. I use Elixirs, and they come in different sizes. These are light, but you can buy light, medium, and thick, I think, just depending on what you feel comfortable with. And then there's this really weird looking tool. I don't even know what it's called. I'll just call it the pink thing, but if you buy one, it might be in a different color. So for you, it might be the blue thing or the orange thing. Just put your color in. And then some wire cutters. I do know the name of these, but we're gonna need them. So yeah. So the first step is to use the pink thing to take off all the strings. And if you'll notice, like, there's a compartment right here, and that fits perfectly over the pegs. And the reason this pink thing is helpful is because you can take off the strings a lot faster by rotating it really fast, like this. If you didn't have the pink thing, you would have to be using your fingers, and that would take a very long time. You can just tighten it to the point that the string breaks, but you could get hurt that way. So it's best to just loosen it. As you can see, the strings are pretty loose now, and we should just be able to take it off like this. And then down here, see how it's kind of flopping around? There is a little handy notch on your pink thing, which, by the way, I figured out is called a winder. But you can use it to pry up this little pin that's holding your string in the guitar. I have broken pins by doing this before, so you have to be careful. But after you take out the pin, then you can just... oh, the string already fell out, but you can just pull out the string. I would record me taking off all of the strings, but I think there's like a 10-minute time limit on YouTube, so that's probably not going to happen. But just remember that it is recommended to just take off one string at a time. But as you can see, I was a bad boy and didn't do that, so learn from me. And I should also mention that when you take off your strings is a good time to kind of wipe off the neck because it can get dusty. I use a slightly damp rag to do that, but just make sure that you dry off the neck really good when you're done, because moisture and guitar don't go good together. When you open the box of strings, you are going to find individual packets that look like this. And on each packet there is a number, and that number tells you what size of string it is. The bigger numbers mean bigger strings, so obviously the biggest string is going to be the biggest number, so you can kind of use that as a guideline. When you open up the individual packages, the strings will be coiled up, and you'll have to uncoil them like I have done with this one. Pretty much then what you have to do is just the reverse of what we did when we took off the strings. You're going to take this end of the string and put it in the hole that it goes in, and then take the pin and put the pin in over the string, push it down, and next you stretch the string up here and make sure it's fitted in its proper notch, which is right there, and then wrap it around this little dealie that's sticking up. Who knows what it's called. Wrap it around about 3 times and then poke it through the hole. I will use a beautiful picture that I made to help you understand how to wrap the strings around the little doohickeys right here. What you do is you bring the string up like this, and then you turn it so it's pointing away from the guitar and wrap it around like that. And the same thing for this side. You bring it up and then turn it so it's pointing away from the guitar and wrap it around. Does that make sense? Good. And we're going to use our pink thing again to tighten it. You'll begin to hear the string get higher in pitch as you tighten it more. And I like to put my finger over the pin down at this end of the guitar for extra security, so I will know that the string is not going to spring out into my face and put out my eye or something nasty like that. The last step is where the wire cutters come in, and we use them for clipping these extra strings here at the very top. It's pretty self-explanatory. All you have to do is put the wire cutters close to where the string comes out and clip it. After you have put the strings on the guitar, before you can play it, you have to tune it, and that can be really interesting because the strings are going to be way off. So it can be nice if you have a pitch pipe, and I have one here on my tuner. I'll just turn it on and play each note for you, so that will give you an idea of what the strings should sound like. This is E. This is A. This is D. This is G. B, and E. So thank you for watching this, and I hope you gained some information from it. Class dismissed.